was just too shitty. And Rob, he lives alone since his cousin stole his fat wife away. But no fear, he's got a bone. He'll fuck his dog his way. Barback hack, yes, sad short nerd, spent his birthday drunk with his aunt. He didn't hook up with her, but says it's not because he can't. From a hot tub, gives his cock a rub, winks at a pug, staring at its piss way, but his palm he'll never snub, he'll fuck it his way. For what's a mutt with its 4 legs, a furry butt? He likes to sex, he eats that dog's cum. Yes, there's no doubt, and like a man, won't spit it out. He'll chase that ball, he'll give it all, and fuck that dog his way. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, live from Madison Square Park Halfway House and Korean Church. It's the second annual Hackverse Awards, presented by the Insufferable Bastards podcast. It's not just the only award show that rewards those who participate as creators in the Hackverse. It's also the only award show that will ever even pay attention to them. And now let's welcome your hosts. He's best known for running this award show. He calls himself Carlos Danger, even though the only real danger he's ever been in is losing a Borgo-esque amount of toes to diabetes. Welcome, Carlos Danger.
This sucks.
Next up, he doesn't just like them young, he likes them youngin'. Some say he's called the Sorcerer because of the way he magically puts a podcast audience to sleep. Others say it's how quickly he makes a 20-pound bag of oysters disappear. Please welcome fat psychiatrist, the Sorcerer.
Right on time!
And finally,
that was great timing.
He's an elderly film student who works under many names, including Stephen Mielberg, Francis Ford Capacool, Orson Swollen, Brian de Palm Oil, David Not So Lean, Clint Wastefood, Alfred Lunch Clock, Pigman Bergman, Francois Troughfeed, and Guillermo del Taco. Please welcome your final co-host, Liam M. And now please welcome your announcer for tonight, a guy who invited Ray DeVito to his house for a sleepover and almost immediately regretted it. Please give a large Madison Square Park Halfway House and Korean Church welcome for some fat guy's voice off screen.
That Spears and he muted himself, of course. There he is.
Hello.
Yo. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2024 Hackverse Awards.
We did it.
Yes,
boy,
Saturday.
What a year it's been, fellas. What
Absolutely.
A year of excellence in podcasting we've seen.
Right.
And
thank you. Go ahead.
I can't wait to celebrate it.
Thank
If
you
that
so much.
interaction was any sign, this is going to run smoothly and quickly.
Yeah, I started the intro. Thank you very much, Liam, for that intro. It was only 10 minutes long. Somehow I started at 30 seconds into it, so you missed the beginning there. And then, Sorcerer, I sent you the link, God damn it. I'm not taking responsibility for that. You and your PhD. Where's your boat?
It's an MD, and I'm not used to being on such a Bush League show, getting the link 6 seconds before I click on, but it's going to be quite a night we're going to be on here.
Yeah, and it's going to be a long night, too, because there's going to be a lot of me reading a list. 16 fucking pages.
That's fantastic. I leaf blew all the leaves. I did all the dishes. I made dinner. So I've worked my way out of putting the kids to bed. I am here for the duration.
All right. So are we done with our small talk? Also, I think I might be getting COVID. That sucks. So the fuck you list. Before we get to anything, I want to do the fuck
I guess
you
we
list.
should. We should all say goodbye to Carlos because at his weight, COVID's pretty fatal.
I'm a little nervous. Yeah, but I've made it this far. I don't give a fuck. All right, so I'm going to do the fuck you list. This is category 0. There are 16 categories. This is one I just added because all day I had fucking Tuna Town on my ass on Twitter. Tuna Town vicious. The fat jokes wouldn't stop. I got Decline Host on. I got Chad. So this is all the people who responded to a tweet from Chad today asking whether he should stream snipe us. So the first fuck you goes out to, I don't know how to say this guy's name, Cool Pineapple. He said, yeah, Chad, you should. You could make it interesting.
Fuck you!
Up next is a guy named Dan. Dan hosts Nice Podcast Stupid. He said, only way I'd watch that dog shit.
Fuck you!
In the chat, by the way.
Say that again?
He's in the chat.
I'm going to give Liam a fuck you for interrupting me.
Fuck you!
Up next is Fifi Tremaine. I don't know if it's a he or a she or whatever, and I'm not sure if this is really a fuck you. She said, or he, is there anyone who cares what this fat nobody does? He one of the most clueless in and around the Dabbleverse. Now, the question is, that could be me. That could be Liam. That could have been Sorcerer 3 months ago. Brian's off screen. He's fat. Maybe she was talking about Chad. But in any event, that didn't play.
Fuck you!
I love Ed Harris and Glenn Ross. Oh, wait, there's one more because one other person said, I say go for it. That was Liam McEnany.
Fuck you!
This is exactly how the Oscars start, by the way. So,
right? With Rob Lowe dancing around with Snow White.
Fuck you!
So that's that. I want to thank you guys for coming on. I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm going to try to run through this list because it's going to be really difficult. So this show is going to be me looking over here. You're all going to see my acne, and I'm going to try to read. And then the Sorcerer and Liam are going to try to interrupt. Obviously, a lot of pressure is on Liam because he's supposed to be the comedian of the group.
Right. And I've read the Sorcerer's notes. It's going to be a... Hope you guys like statistics.
Right. So,
I think when I watch Hollywood's Biggest Night, I just can't wait for someone to break down the winners by statistics.
It's the only material I can bring is factual and laugh graphs. That's
by the
all I
way,
have.
You guys think I'm kidding.
It's 4 pages of statistics. Yeah.
Yeah, I have. You can't really see it there. But yeah, the Sorcerer sent 4 pages of stats. It's essentially, I love it because also like the whole thing, like I'm obviously not funny. The way I've approached the Hackverse is that I treat it seriously, which is fucking stupid. Like cover it like a beat. It's idiotic. So I love this, but it looks like it's all just stuff that you were going to talk to Kevin about, right? Because obviously these guys are from Saturday night. Because I know a couple of times, like there was one time where you were supposed to do a whole thing when ESO first got arrested and you were coming on, you had this whole like fucking term paper about child porn people. And now it's in here. I saw it.
Well, I amended it a bit. All that I wanted to talk about, and we'll get there, is I wouldn't leave the offenders alone, but just wanted to be educational about the any potential victims and if help something positive, how to identify what it looks like, and so if God forbid something like this happens in a world that you're in, that you can be as much help to these people as possible.
Well, if you want to find out what it looks like, just check out Rock Bottom Podcast with Ray DeVito. No set time.
I really appreciate that, Sorcerer. I'm trying to get through 17 or 16 categories, 16 pages of notes, and you're gonna provide education on how to counsel kids who have been sexually trafficked. That's
or
great.
At least send them super chats.
Or somebody who worked for the Shitty Network. That'd be great.
I remember that the Grammys. That was a Rob Lowe break in the Grammys.
Oh, we are cooking with gas, right? This isn't dog shit so far.
You remember the Grammys when Kanye West grabbed the mic and went, "Something clearly happened to me in my childhood, y'all. I need help."
Oh Christ, I'm not going to read the free chat. All right, first category. Let's get into it. Let's get into Best Documentarian. I don't think I have to explain the difference between a documentarian and a clipper, right? These are obviously guys that take a deep dive. And the way this whole thing worked, I should say this. So a couple of weeks ago, I had some free time. I created these categories, and then I put, I nominated, there was like a first round. I put anywhere from 4 to 11 multiple choice people in each category. What we're going to see now are the top 3 vote getters. That'll be that we do all night. It'll be the top 3, the finalists, or the 3 nominees.
Take that, Frederick Wiseman.
The poll was up for 78 hours. I know a lot of people were pissed off that they didn't get a chance to vote. Kevin Brennan mentioned that I didn't tag him. He didn't get a chance to vote. But I don't know, it was 78 hours, and it is what it is. You know, but voting is a personal responsibility. One person, one vote. That's why you had to sign in your Gmail. Right. I make no apologies. And about 352 people voted. To me,
and also, I mean, Kevin shouldn't be a nominee and a voter anyway. That's not how it should work.
Right. All right.
Not everyone can be the Hollywood Foreign Press. That makes sense.
Well, I would say we're more the Hollywood Panini Press, but I get what you're saying.
Fat. We're fat.
It's fat.
All right, here we go. The nominees.
I've got a bunch of those in my holster, so get ready, guys.
I might call Ray. The nominees, Category 1, Best Documentarian 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, Franklin Sheckler, Sheet Shitterson, Citizen M, and the winner.
Now, wait, before you announce the winner, Carlos, I want to remind you.
God damn it.
Franklin is crazy. And if he doesn't win, there's going to be 1 million documentaries made about you this year. Go ahead. The winner is.
And the winner is. Franklin Sheckler.
Oh, thank God.
We're sort of safe.
Oh, thank God.
And just in terms of some of the stats, category, Best Documentarian, Franklin Sheckler won 50.6% of the vote.
Wow.
That 178 votes of 352 responses. Don't check my math. I took high school math 3 times in college and failed each time. But as far as I'm concerned, that is the biggest winning percentage you will see this week. And I know, Sorcerer, you had some interesting stats looking at the last 30 days of those 3 nominees. How are they doing recently?
Yeah, so Franklin kind of is way ahead of the pack, and in this one, and maybe this won't be the case the rest of the night, but the statistics match the voting. In the last 30 days, Franklin Sheckler's had 25,000 views, over 25,000 views, with an 18% increase in those views in the last month. Where the other 2 were around 3,000 views each, and both had decreases in their view counts by 20 and 60% respectively.
And we should note that Citizen M and Sheet Shitterson haven't been as active. That's in no way a diss or a slight to Sheet Shitterson and Citizen M, who's really Citizen M's work with the steel toe stuff has been out of this world. I just fucking dropped my laptop.
But I'll say,
go ahead.
I'll say that Sheckler's kind of made himself a name brand in the Dabbleverse by also super chatting a lot,
name brand or nightmare.
No, he privately messages a lot of people in the Dabbleverse just to talk to them about different things and pass along information. Franklin Sheckler isn't just a documentarian, he's also kind of an active participant in the Dabbleverse. And I think people really appreciate that. The voters really appreciated that this year. Also, his focus was on Ray DeVito, and boy, did he pick a good year to focus in on Ray.
God bless you, Ray.
Let's just
go. His masterpiece was the Halloween segment, which had no pictures of Ray DeVito, all of it with AI generated kind of mood music and very kind of not seeing the shark, so to speak, was more frightening than seeing the shark.
Nice.
But I'll also say, Ray has had quite a year with the Piston in the Hallway, with the pretending to be banned from Planet Fitness, calling Gilly fat, picking up a pen, and apparently that pen is only full of fat jokes. Ray has really gone for it this year.
To me, he was the Hackverse MVP. We'll see if the voters agree. And again, this is your choice, not mine. You people are responsible for this. Just wrapping that up, Sheet Shitterson got 27.6% of the vote. Citizen M got 17%. That also includes people who voted for Citizen X because me, being a moron, spelled his name incorrectly when it first went live. Thank you to Cardiff Electric for pointing that out. So that's it. That's our first category. I'll be doing that. I am going full Bobby Fran.
That's 1 of 16. At this rate, we'll be done on Tuesday.
I don't have a laughter. All right, so the next category is Hackverse MVP. Hackverse MVP. Now, I know that confused some people. I could explain it, but you know what? Again, this is about you. This is about the Hackverse audience, the Dabbleverse audience. So it's whatever you interpret it to be, right? Because I don't want to spoil the vote by saying my intent. And I do have, this is going to be our very first special guest. I'm just going to spoil it. It's Tukey, ladies and gentlemen. And before I bring Tukey on, I just want to thank, it's really B Dabbler. You know, before Tukey it was B Dabbler. I mean, Tukey took off and now no one remembers B Dabbler, but he has been so good to me over the years in terms of inviting me on shows, recommending me for other shows, and building up my confidence. And I just want to get serious and say thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the broadcast to present the nominees for Hackverse MVP, Tukey.
Wow, boys and girls, it is your good pal Tukey. Tukey is here to present the nominee for Hackverse MVP.
Baba Bowie, 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 Baba Bowie.
He scat porned us again. Sorcerer, what the fuck?
Is this staying on the internet? I think I had to put a mask on.
I'm not really sure. But look, all I asked Tukey to do was present the category and read the nominees. But I forget that Tukey's never watched any movies. He's never watched an awards show his whole life. So he sent a 3-minute video. And I'm appreciative that he did this, but he never named the people who were nominated. So I improvised a little bit. The nominees are, by the way, I don't think I have it.
You know, Carlos, you can always ask for help next time.
I could.
This really happened.
The nominees.
You really are, like, if you're ever in a corner again, you're welcome to ask me or the Sorcerer, and we'd be happy to tell you what's a good idea, what's a bad idea.
Look, I appreciate that Tukey finally admitted that Joe the producer, that it was him and Joe the producer behind all the porn bombing that happened in 2024 in the Hackverse. It's about time that was brought to light. All right, here's the actual nominees. It's Cardiff Electric, Vince the Lawyer, Chad Zumock as Hackverse MVP, and here's a quick AI video that I fucking produced.
First up, Cardiff Electric, the tech genius who's been revolutionizing our gadgets. Next, we've got Vince the Lawyer. This legal eagle has been fighting for justice with a flair that's nothing short of cinematic. And last but not least, Chad Zumock, the comedian who's been making us laugh till we cry.
I just love that. Laugh until we cry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Hackverse MVP 2024, Cardiff Electric. That goes on for about 9 seconds. I did reach out to Cardiff in advance and let him know that he won this category. And he was nice enough to send in a quick, relative term, acceptance speech. Would you like to watch it?
Sure.
I can't control this, so yeah.
Oh, hello. I'm Cardiff Electric. Thank you very much for this award, Fatso. I've come a long way in the Dabbleverse. You might remember me as the sentient computer with the slow delivery, who hosted my own podcast. You know, back when I was funny. Then I found fame and fortune by stalking a man who used to be on the Howard Stern show. But before I did that, I stole a smaller creator's gimmick, grifted my way to DabbleCon, and then criticized Joey C for doing the same thing a year later. After a while, I decided to drop the funny voice and to try other content. Anybody remember subreddit surfing? Now that people could see what a truly smug asshole I am, I had to go back to stuttering John material. Whenever the content ran low, I would get wildly creative, such as putting his child's name in every tweet, or pointing out that his adult children were different than me. I even streamed his ex-wife's wedding video. Hacka hacka! But we all know John's the bad guy for, I don't know, doing something I didn't like during a hurricane, like shitting on first responders. That's it. Because if there's one thing that's true in this Dabbleverse, it's that we all support first responders, especially law enforcement. That's why tonight, Fatso, I'm dedicating this award to the men and women who wear a uniform, whether it be the military, EMTs, Canadian Mounties, or policemen. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much, Cardiff Electric, for sharing your truth. I greatly appreciate it. And the crowd goes wild. By the way,
who did that, and how long do you think they're going to get internet stock from now on?
by who?
By Cardiff.
No, that was Cardiff. He said that.
Right.
Chad Zumock, by the way, was second in that category, receiving 22.2% of the vote, while Vince the Lawyer received just over 10%. So congratulations to them. Moving on.
I would have said Aaron Imholt was the MVP of the Dabbleverse this year, but I guess you guys had a different idea than I did about what an MVP is.
And I would have said Ray. Right. It means different things. I meant something else. I mean,
right.
The solicitor actually looked up like the dictionary definition of it, but I should have called it utility player. But what the fuck? I don't. Okay.
Next year.
Next year, if I'm alive.
Next year in Jerusalem.
Category number 3. Who annoys you the most? And I know, Sorcerer, you had reached out in your manifesto and you wanted to talk a little bit about what annoys means from like a psychological perspective.
Yeah. So what I did was did some reading about the term annoyance and found 4 or 5 references to it in psychodynamic theory to understand okay. I'll just keep going. So the first is from Sydenham in 1995, describes annoyance as equated to a mild irritation at the lowest end of a spectrum of anger, the highest end being fury and rage. And then Watson in 1985 had mentioned anger is a spectrum that has a negative valence and is found to be unpleasant. So anger has a spectrum going from annoyance to rage and is negative and unpleasant. And then Wiener in 1982 talks about emotions being divided into motivational emotions and avoidance emotions, where anger and its presence is formulated and associated with an increased effort towards a goal, and that goal that's difficult to achieve. So if you boil all that down, annoyance is which character makes you feel negative in a small way and makes you want to continue to engage with their show.
You said Wiener.
So
thank you so much.
Where on the spectrum are you right now?
I actually read three different books for that. It was. I'm happy about you know what? I think it's very interesting. I didn't know this about annoyance before I started reading.
3 books. All right, let's get to the categories. I think I even have what number are we on, Spear? Okay, number 3. Who annoys you the most in the Hackverse, other than the 3 of us on this show? Here we go. The finalists are Kevin Brennan, Rob Saul, and Shuley. I'll leave that up for 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, the most annoying person in the Hackverse 2024, Rob Saul.
There she is, Miss America.
Congratulations, Rob Saul. You are the most annoying person in the Hackverse in 2024, but as the Sorcerer just explained, not necessarily a bad thing, especially in terms of what all this bullshit is. Isn't that kind of what you were saying?
Yeah, that was the part that I found really interesting that I wasn't looking for, but kind of accidentally ran into. Was it's a negative emotion that also makes you want to, it motivates you towards a behavior, and in this case, it's to engage in the Dabbleverse.
Sounds like
I have
married.
to say, I did not. I'm sorry, I stepped on your joke. I did not know that Rob Saul would be winning this category. Rob Saul is so annoying. I wrote that entire opening intro song just when I was trying to think, just because I was going to write a whole song about all the losers in the Hackverse, and it just kept pouring out of me. And the more I thought about Rob Saul, the more verses I was writing. So congratulations, Rob Saul. You truly are the winner of the losers of the winners of the losers.
Jesus, Liam hates Rob Saul.
I really don't like Rob Saul.
All right, so Rob got maybe I didn't say, he got 14.8% of the vote, which tells you there's a lot of annoying people in the Hackverse because no one ran away with this category. By the way, that 14.8% of the vote was enough to edge out Shuli by 0.3 of a percentage point.
Recount.
There is no recount. You can go out, fucking storm, whatever.
Shuli's name is synonymous in this world with annoying Jew. So imagine how annoying Rob Saul has to beat him.
Jesus, I disavow most of that. Ray DeVito also scored well. Carl got 8% of the vote for most annoying. Cardiff got 9%. So good on you, Cardiff. You're in good company. People really spread out the choices, like I said. I got 1 vote. So this is what I have to say to that.
And kiss my ass.
It's not really what I meant to say. I guess these things don't rewind. All right, next category is number 4. Hackverse Story of the Year. This is a big one. And I think the winner actually runs away with it. But here are the nominees. Evil Iso, that is Shuli Network producer Isodo, pled guilty this year to federal child porn charges after being arrested in 2023, but nobody knew. Aaron Imholt reveals he's a cuckold, gets divorced. We learned, I think yesterday, the day before, we'd have to amend this category to add he's also a cum-eating cuckold, allegedly. So good for you, Aaron. And then last but not least of the finalists, Rocco insults Stuttering John to his face. Have any predictions as to what won? Or did I already say?
I have a favorite, which is Iso Do, but only because that was so shocking. But it hasn't turned into anything. Whereas the Aaron Imholt story just keeps going.
That's exactly right. Here we go. Oh, I should just. There's one thing I left out because I did these categories before it happened. It was Levy leaving the Shuli network. But in my defense, I think you have to give that at least 90 days so we can figure out whether that is a work or not. So I stand by my decision.
Also, Sorcerer, before we announce the winner, have you done any research on the psychology behind cum eating?
I'm
as a matter of fact, he sort of has.
Regretting this decision in every way that I think I can.
Can I play your theme music? Will this bother you? Will this annoy you as you go into it?
I'm not going to go
little
into
about, huh?
No. Let's move this along. I'm going to save this for whatever it is I do after medicine after this.
Oh, see, now I'm lost. Did I say who won yet? I don't even know.
No.
The book. The book you're writing.
And the winner, Hackverse Story of the Year. Aaron Imholt reveals he's a cuckold, eats cum, gets divorced. And I think for this one, he ran away with it. I mean, you can see this is our little story pie. Hopefully you can see that at home with the kids. But Aaron got 41.8% of the vote. There is I guess it would be the left of it, above the 4 in the 41.8. That was also, Aaron gets charged with revenge porn. So even if you combine the two, he really did well. So in total, I think he received 162 of 352 votes. So God bless you, Aaron, and good for you, and congratulations.
I just want to point out, Stevie Lou got attacked by a ninja, and people couldn't be bothered to be interested in that story.
Well,
you're letting all your... Go ahead, Sorcerer.
To your point, Liam, I think that it's not so much the intensity or amplitude of the one event. It's the fact that there was so much frequency of it, kind of installments and iterations and derivatives of the information. And even the way that we got the information was happening on other shows, or it was, percolated through all these other shows and digested and reanalyzed and re-engaged with it. It had quite a lot of momentum.
And I think there's the phrase that's been kicked around since the Dabbleverse started. Oh, so-and-so's the next Stuttering John. This person's the next Stuttering John. I think in 2024, the biggest change that happened is Aaron Imholt is the new Stuttering John.
I think the one thing that Aaron lacks is a bit of the reactionary kind of engagement with the Dabbleverse. Maybe that's the last piece that he doesn't have is he's not as kind of.
That's only because of court orders.
Possible.
But no, you're right. He doesn't really fight back or well, Stuttering John has become part of the game. You know,
the milieu.
He clearly, yeah, exactly. Whatever that means. All right. So all right, let's move on. Because we'll be here all night. Category number 5 is the best source of shitverse info. And I will also try to pay attention to whether or not I've given out the award. All right, so here are the nominees, the best source of shitverse info. Before I read them, though, somebody pointed out, I don't remember who this was, but they pointed out I should have included the Lance News Network. I apologize. That didn't even make the initial cut. Turbs McGurk for figuring out and breaking the story about how you can do the super chat by going to a foreign country and using an alias, not going to a foreign, but you know what I mean. Sorry, Turb, you're much more smarter than I am. And then Muttering Jay. I didn't mention Muttering Jay as a best source of shitverse info. That's my fault. That was my own personal bias. I was just thinking of the message boards. But anyway, all right, so we got the Hackverse subreddit, my personal favorite. Dabblers Anonymous, Shuli's Anonymous, the Steel Toe Boring Show subreddit, and Spurgtopia on Discord. We're going to play that goddamn timpani once again. The winner with 36.9% of the vote, Dabblers Anonymous. There you go. Good on them.
There she is.
Go ahead.
That makes a lot of sense. And of the statistics that I had provided with you guys, they by far have the most users and most posts over an average of 24 hours over the last week.
They're the OG. I will point out Hackverse got 30.1% of the vote. Again, I'm going for my personal favorite here. That was a big jump from last year when it got 22% of the vote. So maybe they're catching up. In any event, congratulations to all the dabblers. All right, this next one is a big one. All right, it's category number 6. It's called Chatter of the Year, ladies and gentlemen.
Before we do that, I have a category I'd like to present, Carlos. Before we do Chatter of the Year, I have a category I'd like to present. There's been some talk this week. I saw Mammy on a show, Kay in the chat talking about this. Where is the category for women only? And as I told you, I put together a category to honor the women. This category is called Worst Woman. And the nominees are Mommy, Flat Cat Jessica, Susan Smith, Eva Braun, Lucrezia Borgia, Eileen Warnos, Delphine Lalaurie, Eleanor of Aquitaine, Andrea Yates, Lizzie Borden, and Kay in the chat. And the winner, oh my God, it's a two-way tie. It's Mommy and Kay. Oh, ladies, congratulations on your win.
It's actually kind of matches.
Miss America.
There you go, Mammy. Wait, Mammy or 2? Who won? Who was the other one?
Kay.
Yeah, geez, you're really breaking down those incel vibes there.
Fortunately, they're not available to give an acceptance speech. So
I will say, though, in terms of misogyny, last year we did have, I think it was called like Ray's Best Bitches, and Ari Jane won it, and there's only one Ari Jane, so that's it. She's
right.
The whole category was retired, and Ray killed the rest.
But on the other end of the spectrum, the Chatter of the Year category is probably what put you on the map. I think this is the coveted. This is what makes the second year of this award show. This is what everyone remembers, and maybe what the only thing they'll remember from tonight.
Because especially some of these guys spend hundreds or thousands of dollars a year, so there's actually a lot at stake in the Chatter of the Year.
And they're much funnier, obviously, than I can be. But before we get to Chatter of the Year, Brian, do you want to bring up some of these super chats?
Sure thing.
Oh, there's super chats on this show?
Well, not really. What's so funny?
There's the sorcerers looking at the clock.
Go ahead. Read it. Read it, monkey. I'm talking to him.
AI Ray getting banned from the gym isn't much of a storyline. Now, if some of my friends actually went to the gym, that would be a blockbuster.
Hello. Tigger 747474 for $1.99. Tulsa King rules. F.U. Shuley.
Tulsa King does rule.
I can't say anything. He gave me $1.99. Go ahead, Sorcerer.
Malware. Sorcerer looks like the best version of what Liam could be if he tried.
Nice one, Malware. All right, Brian, bring up Cleveland's slowest for $5. I can't imagine how wet-filled with sweat all of your waistbands will be once you get up from the stream. Happy Hackverse Awards, fellas. Thank you, Cleveland slowest.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking a bath after this. Roy Cohn Esquire, $1.99. Finally, a Saturday. Oh.
Right. It's like this is like Stuttering John without Howard Stern. It's just we're rudderless without. Oh, look at this. Speak of the devil. This was the 2023 Chatter of the Year, beloved chatter for $5. Go ahead, Sorcerer. You love the guy.
Beloved chatter. Award show sponsored by Cool Ranch Doritos, DXL, Big and Tall, and Lipitor. Please don't go all hypoglycemic at once. JK, you three are the show we deserve.
This shirt is literally from the Big and Tall store, so I appreciate that. Stay out of my email.
This is my first single XLT shirt I've had in like 2 years.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about your losing weight.
KB, $5. No woman category. Okay, I hope you appreciate it. Carlos, why do you hate women? Hashtag cancel Carlos. Heart. Hi, Liam. Hi, Source.
Sorry. I mean, we'll bring back best bitches. Tell Ray to get the bitches back on.
I'm super happy that that's not the category.
Teddy for $1.99. Hey, Sorcerer, you look fantastic. Hashtag no homo. Hi, fellas.
That made it worse.
Cleveland slowest, $2. The election's rigged. Who's monitored the voting?
Me and Spears. We took care of it. Some of these ballots were hand counted. Teddy for $1.99. Ray makes me mad. His inability to take responsibility. Yeah, I like that. Such a general statement. Thank you, Teddy. Somebody else.
Reverend Fug Lee, $1.99. Did you guys tell Joey C he won all of them yet?
I was worried about Joey today. Did you see his short stream where he fell over 400 feet from his home?
I sure did.
No,
Yeah,
but he was in the chat earlier asking for the list.
Oh, good. He's okay. That's good to hear.
Well, I don't know if that was before or after the incident. But
I think that the video came up earlier today, so it was this morning, I'd imagine.
All right. Well, I hope.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I agree. It's really good that he's all right.
Mommy, Sorcerer, how much do women contribute to the verse? I think this wouldn't be the same place without the women of the Dabbleverse.
All 5 of them.
Victor Mature, $2. Putting 3 socially inept together. You get this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
KB, $2. Hashtag cancel Liam.
I have to say, speaking of socially inept, I went to a fundraiser last night for dinner and didn't want to talk to anybody. Was sitting there in a tuxedo, mumbling to my wife about how I wish I was doing MLC instead of sitting at a table. So it's ruined my ability to socialize in public.
There is nothing like Saturday night MLC, I gotta say.
It's definitely ruined. It's ruined my ability to plan ahead on Saturday nights.
JC Ben in San Diego, $2. Why is the only talented one off screen?
No, I'm on screen.
Thank you.
Oh, there you go.
G Rob, $2. Stop the spammers, please.
I mean, we're not. I'm sorry. I've got so much going on. I apologize, G Rob. I don't know who the spammers are or what I can do to stop them.
We can make it members only and stop the chat.
Carlito Danger for $1. Carlito Danger for $1.99. Hi, Pop. Hey, son. Hope all is well.
Stealth Chaos, 200 yen. Jeff Closer for best mod. Hashtag modfather.
Oh, that's a good category. I encourage people to do their own end of the year poll because there's so much content out there. All right, so we're all caught up. Thank you very much, Brian, for doing that. Back to the show. Here are the finalists for the chatter of the year. And maybe Sorcerer, you guys should be reading these. I'm sorry, I'm just talking and talking and talking.
No.
Can you read the finalists for chatter of the year? It'll come up on your screen right about now.
Absolutely. And the nominees are Beloved Chatter, Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray, The Legend, and Penis Wrinkle.
So those
is a
are
big one.
Does anybody have any predictions while I go and find the video I made for the winner?
It's got to be. I'm sorry, you go first.
Well, I was going to say a repeat is a dynasty in this situation. I think that's very unlikely just because we just never see it happen.
I got to say, Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray has really stepped up this year and taken on Beloved Chatter head to head.
But
you think it's personal? Do you think it's personal? You're saying Rapey Ray has it out for Beloved Chatter?
I'm just saying, Rapey Ray's in his Jordan year. He's putting up a lot of W's.
Sorcerer, I stepped on you.
No, I think also Wrinkle is very, very kind of hyper focused in John's show. So I think he puts a lot of his energy there, whereas Beloved is kind of spread around. Mr. Rapey is spread around. Legend is kind of most notable, I think, for the size. It's not so much of a David Chandler role that kind of has still been kind of absent from ever since Chandler left or kind of went part-time. But Legends has much higher super chats in terms of the amount of money, but not as active, or I think is not funny is not the word, but you know what I mean, as the other guys.
I will say, Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray has the advantage over the rest of the Hackverse in terms of everybody else is watching these shows at night when they're tired, when they've come home from work, whereas Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray has woken up early in Ireland to really start calling people fat first thing in the morning. And I think he's a little sharper, a little more well-rested than a lot of the chatters, a little less drunk, maybe.
But do you think that people are taking that into consideration, maybe the degree of difficulty and kind of really the love of the game that's required to get up that early on the other side of the world? Do you think that came into play with the voting?
I will say I don't think so because most of the voters are dumb. But I will say that the Legend has really stepped up, not only in terms of monetary amount, but he really drives a lot of storylines now. Like the amount of money that he contributes really kind of like changes the flow of a show because, as you know, if you give $50 or $100, all these hosts will pretty much do whatever you need them to do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Chatter of the Year. There you have it, Mr. Rapey Ray.
I think this is a reminder about what the category really is about. It's not about the storylines. It's not about the amount of money. It's about the frequency of your chats, how good they are, how funny they are, and that's really it.
And also how quick they are. Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray doesn't slave over these chats. He just whips them out one after the other.
Guy's talented. He edged out Penis Wrinkle by just 3 votes. It was extremely close. This was a category where I fucked up and put I put in the choices. You have to write in, so everyone wrote these in, and everybody nominated themselves. So there were less votes overall for this particular category. Beloved Chatter, last year's winner, came in 3rd. The Legend came in 4th. So that's it. I mean, it's Mr. Rapey Ray. I want to thank Beloved Chatter, by the way, for wearing the crown for the full year. I know it had to be weighing on him, but he really represented Insufferable Bastards in a way that made me proud. And thank you, my friend.
I also will tell you, I have a friend who's was a very successful comedy writer who follows the Hackverse.
Ray DeVito?
No, I said successful. And he is a fan of Mr. Rapey Ray. He said Mr. Rapey Ray could be a professional in terms of just how quickly he whips out jokes that are funny.
Maybe he is. Maybe he is.
He might be.
All right, moving on. That was Chatter of the Year. Up next, we're going to do something special, and then we're going to go
from here.
We're going to go to Worst Chatter, right? But
No, we have Best Show coming up, so this
Best Show, Worst Show. But I wanted to take a moment, if I can find it. You know, obviously, we lost some people in the Hackverse, Dabbleverse, Shitverse over the course of 2024 or late 2023, and I just wanted to take a moment to remember them.
I piss on the porch, but it's too cold. I'm pissing in the hallway.
It's insulting. A dog peed in the hallway.
Rest in peace, Bobby, Jared, Cardiff's YouTube page, and Raymond DeVito's dignity. God bless you all.
So when you say person of interest, Quadfather, you mean Quadfather was interesting, but that's died?
What I'm saying is that I don't know what happened. I'm not a medical examiner. I don't know what the manner and method of death was, but he might be a person of interest. He might be somebody you want to talk to.
Got it.
You really have to do that?
What?
No, I'm sorry. All right, let's get to Worst Chatter. Worst Chatter, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wait, can I read this category?
You can, yes.
Okay. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, these are the people who worked really hard and spent a lot of money to bring nothing to the table day after day, week after week. 52
I just want to point
a year.
out these were nominated by you people.
Yeah, I didn't pick any of these guys, although I would have. And here they are, the legend.
Sorry.
Mammy, aka FKA Mammy, aka Puerto Rican Mammy, Stevie Lou, Cold Farb, Clay Dabbler, although to be fair, he brings nothing to the screen. And finally, Carlos Stage.
A bunch of bullshit. All right, I haven't done the tippity in a while. Ladies and gentlemen, you voted for the Worst Chatter of the Year, and it is the legend. I just want to quickly jump in there and say Mammy came in second with 10 write-in votes. Stevie Lou got 8. Goldfolds got 7. Clay Dabbler got 6. And I got 5. Very much appreciated. So, I mean, I have no idea. Some of these, like, yeah, because I'm not really watching the Dabbleverse anymore. So a lot of these were new to me.
Okay.
The legend got 4th most popular chatter and most hated. So good for him. He's doing something right. And I will say that there are a lot of, like, the legends. There's fake legend. There's legend 2. There's all kinds of legend MLC. What I did with the write-in votes here, I went through them by hand, printed them out. And anything that had legend in it, I attributed to the legend, just as in full transparency. That's how I did it. And same thing with Penis Wrinkle. There was like Penis Wrinkle 6, Penis Wrinkle 515, but I just collectively put them all as Penis Wrinkle. And my personal thought on the legend real quickly, there has been nobody in the 2 or 3 years that the Hackverse has been around. I mean, outside of Stuttering John's regulars, or especially in the beginning, who can single-handedly change the course of a show like the legend. You know, he can dictate what's going to be talked about. And I know you love that, Liam.
I do, and I'll say I like Mammy. She was actually, when I started doing Kevin's show, she was actually very welcoming to me and very nice. I don't know Clay Dabbler. I would say really the only person on that list that I'd say really brings nothing is Stevie Lou. And
Damn.
But he's more of an MVP of bringing nothing, so I don't know if he belongs on the worst chatter list.
All right, moving on. We did best chatter. We did worst chatter. Now we're in category 8. We are halfway through this. All right, we're 50 minutes in. We are halfway through this. This next one is just what do you hate most about the Hackverse? And I'll just there's no like vote really here. This is just what you named. 31.3% said grifting. That's 110 people. 25% said works. Liam, take note of that, please. 19.9% said AI super chats, and 10.2% said super chat reading, which of course brings us to Brian. Are there any new super chats we have to worry about, or are people really saying this is a pile of shit? Brian, if you're still there. Oh, Carlito Danger for $1.99. Dad, your friend Liam asked to touch my pee-pee. No,
I didn't.
Danger.
I didn't ask. I demanded.
Oh, thank you, Carlito Danger. Sorcerer,
Liam wearing a tarpon tonight.
Tarpaulin.
Huge. Tarpaulin. What's a tarpaulin?
It's like a big tent.
Oh,
the last part of that was he looks huge.
BYB podcast. Speaking of the Quadfather, Liam for fattest, Carlos for biggest MLC ball washer.
I feel like I'm.
Go ahead.
Out as a consequence of characters, couldn't fit me in there. We're that big.
Thank you, BYB.
Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray, y'all lost to a foreigner. Stuck with America. God bless you, Mr. Rapey Ray. I like to think that Mr. Rapey Ray is more American than any of us. He's taking our culture with him to other countries.
Y'all lost to a foreigner. Suck it, America.
Beloved chatter, $5. Congrats to Mr. Rapey Ray. Enjoy the crippling daily pressure to be funny.
It's a real thing.
Yes.
Or you could repeats are so hard.
Or you could just start writing fat jokes.
Works for Ray. Mr. Rapey Ray, R.I.P. James O'Sullivan, Party Boy, and the Bentleys. Not strictly dead, just to KB. That's well written. James O'Sullivan, he's that one hits me here.
Yo-Yo Mendez, your nominees show your voters are isolated to a small area of the Dabbleverse. Horrible choices. Well, I would say, as in many elections, the outcome is based on the voters, and that's the outcome. That's the way it works.
Right. And I would just say to that,
Fucking shut up, dude. What the hell, man?
I'll also say, if you read Carlos's ballot, he did cop to saying that he only watches MLC.
Very first thing when you went on there was transparency, because God bless America. And it just said, hey, I only watch MLC. And at the very end, we'll talk about where the votes came from, because it's very interesting. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. All right. Thank you, Yo-Yo. Leo Gunn for $5. Mammy also won Dick Rider Award last week. She's 2 for 2, ladies.
Was there like a pre-show show like the Golden Globes before the Oscars that I'm not aware of?
Oh, that might have been just Ray's birthday party. That's what I assumed that was. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Oh, but I think that might be a reference to the Ray DeVito show hosted by Chad Zumock, the Z-Man, and I almost said Chairman Mao. It's Dr. Chow.
The legend, $20. I have created a new category, misspelled, best content creating chatter. Liam gets, no, I'll do this like Brody. Liam gets it. I'm lovers and hated. What else can I ask for? I want to thank all the ham and eggers who voted for me. I love me.
God bless you, Trey.
That's awesome. The legend for $1.99. Another category. Worst spelling chatter. Now, wait a second. Are these dual? I don't even know. Is that the same guy? No.
I think it was. I think he's just it's interesting when you try to type in a super chat with a cell phone, especially an iPhone, it puts all these when you auto spell it puts gaps in the words and things, and
yeah.
It's not easy being a chatter.
Thank you, Elon Musk. Kinky Loco with a $4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much.
Kinky Loco, where have you been?
EFS for $9.99. Well done, Carlos. Looking forward to this for weeks. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for the $10.
Casey Armstrong's hairline. Category, whose channel is dying? Winner, the Shit Network. F. Shuley.
Ouch. All right, so we're all caught up. Thank you again very much for that, Brian Spears. The next category is category 9. We are now moving to, and that is Hackverse Villain of the Year. And the nominees are...
By the way, I want to say this is a very competitive category. Like these nominees have worked really, really hard to be the Hackverse villain.
Right. This could be a positive, as the Sorcerer could probably explain. Sorcerer, why don't we have you read them? Because I just keep talking.
Sure. So the nominees for Hackverse Villain of the Year: Vince the Lawyer, Stuttering John, Aaron Imholt.
Yeah. Oh, my applause. This is a tough one. As Liam said, I will shut up. Ladies and gentlemen, 2024 Hackverse Villain of the Year is Vince the Lawyer.
There she is, Miss America.
Vince received 26.4% of the vote. Aaron got 21.6. Stut Joe, the guy who started this all, right, or inspired this all, came in third with 19% of the vote. And then to put this into some kind of perspective, Isodo, a convicted child predator, came in fourth with 17% of the vote. What do you guys think?
Well, I think that a villain specifically implies some sort of deliberate motivation for their behavior, whether they believe their goals are righteous or morally or ethically correct or not. They have a motivation and an endpoint to their manipulation, interactions, kind of participation, and in that way, I think it's astute that most hated and greatest villain are different.
Yeah, some of these categories they really just repeat themselves. Oh, your theme music's coming on.
I will say, this was a tough category to vote in because honestly, a lot of people imploded this year. Not a lot of people went out of their way to dick people over, right? Like we saw Stuttering John moving to his mom's house in Florida, and then getting stuck in a hurricane. Vince the Lawyer really is the only person who's been spending money and energy to kind of troll people, sending food and beer to Stuttering John's apartments and houses. I would say Vince the Lawyer is really the only person who put in the work this year to be a proper villain.
And for anybody who doesn't know, if you're very MLC centric and not watching the Dabbleverse, Vince the Lawyer is a former Howard Stern super fan. He was the handler of High Pitch Eric and Shuley when Shuley was on the show, and he is the 2024 Hackverse Villain of the Year. Congratulations, villain!
Congratulations,
Vince.
Vince, yes. Sorry, I got my V's fucked up there. Also, he wasn't Shuley's handler. I was just trying to be funny. All right, let's review where we are so far. What?
I was going to say, but he did find Artie when Artie was doing his rehab work and filmed him and humiliated him in public. So he's been working at this for a very long time.
Before the Dabbleverse.
All
right. So Documentarian of the Year was Franklin Sheckler. Hackverse Utility Player and or MVP, Cardiff Electric. Most Annoying, Rob Saul. Story of the Year, Aaron's a cum-eating cuckold gets divorced. Best Source of Shitverse Info, Dabblers Anonymous. Best Chatter, Mr. Rapey Ray. Worst Chatter, The Legend with an asterisk. I mean, come on, that's a good thing. People hate Hackverse grifting the most, I'm trying to say. And Hackverse Villain of the Year, Vince the Lawyer. All right, we are on a big category right now. Sorcerer, do you want to read the final nominees? It's number 10, Best MLC Co-Host / Third Mic. Here you go.
And the nominees for Best MLC Co-Host and Third Mic are Ray DeVito, Chad Zumock, Liam McEnany.
Sorry, it ended again. I apologize. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 2024 Best MLC Co-Host, Chad Zumock. We're going to let all 8 seconds of this applause go. We're going to turn it off for Peter Sky Parker. That's right, Chad Zumock. I will say the redemption arc is complete. It just landed. Chad Zumock. I think last year he might have been voted worst. I can't really remember. No, last year I didn't do worse. Last year Pat Dixon was voted best. So hang in there, Chad. But it is Chad Zumock. Go ahead, Liam.
I will say, if I had to lose to somebody on that list, I would rather lose to Chad. And I've said this before, and I've said it again. Chad is like a great second or third mic on MLC. I am someone who goes on and has fun and dicks around and makes jokes. Chad is someone who has broadcast experience, and he's able to keep the show moving. He's able to keep KB on topic. He's able to say, like, plus KB gives him enough leeway that he can tell KB, okay, let's move on to the next thing. Like Zumock is also, who can forget him bringing on TJ Miller, who hated being on the show, creating one of the best shows in the history of this year's MLC. He also brought on someone else who was a really great guest.
Aaron Imholt. Fred Stoller.
Cato Kalin.
No.
Cato Kalin.
Cato Kalin.
A great episode.
Did he bring on Imholt? Because that was maybe the best show
he
ever.
Was on,
he was on with Imholt.
He was on when all that news broke, and he broke the news.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's right. He was staring at his phone. I was like, what's going on? And it turned out he broke the news.
Wow.
So here is the breakdown.
Close.
Right.
No,
yeah.
the Mud Shark.
Chad got 44.3% of the vote. Ray was second with 11.1%. We had Liam third with 8.2%. The Sorcerer was fourth with 8%. Ski Mask got 4.5%. Mr. Kill Everything, 4.3%. So if you add up second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, make that into one fat person, Chad still would have won by 8.2 percentage points.
Wow.
Quite incredible. I did that math a long time ago. It could be completely wrong, just as a caveat. But that's it. Congratulations, Chad Zumock, on getting named Best MLC Host by the voters, not by me. I don't know who I voted for there. I might have just not voted in any of this.
By me and 17 of my alts.
Hey, you had to have a Google thing. I made you sign in to keep the integrity level at least somewhere.
All 18 of us voted for Chad.
All right, let's move on to worst MLC co-host. Worst MLC co-host. That's number 11. Let me see where I have it right here. Sorcerer, maybe you do the honors.
And the nominees for worst MLC co-host, Stevie Lou.
Go ahead, sorry.
Felicia.
Yay!
Chad Zumock.
What? Chad Zumock. All right, so what I did here, just for the record, the total nominees at the very beginning during the poll, I put the same people, best and worst, to be completely transparent and fair. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the worst co-host, MLC, Stevie Lou.
I gotta say, Stevie Lou's really worked for it this year. He earned that award.
Here's if you look at this picture, and I stole this off Stevie Lou's Twitter feed. I mean, he's been a part of history there. I know a lot of people are down on Stevie Lou, but hey, he's got to be doing something right. Isn't it kind of good to be hated in the MLC verse, Sorcerer?
Oh, absolutely. I think in general, from the movie Private Parts, you get the line, people who watch, like Howard Stern, watch for a certain amount of time. People who watch for 4 hours, why? Because they hate him. It's you want eyes on you, you want people interested in what you're doing. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
And I'm gonna see if we can get Stevie Lou on the line to officially accept.
Stevie, we know you're watching. Pick up.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Hey, Stevie Lou, you're on the air with the Insufferable Bastards podcast. You just won worst MLC co-host, but it's a good thing. What's your reaction?
Oh, thank you. Hold on, let me just put this bong down for a second. And,
Yes.
Now we definitely know it's Stevie Lou.
Put out the weed cock. He got the weed cock in his mouth.
Wow, this is great. I got one of my most favorite people in this universe, the Sorcerer, and one of my least favorite people in this universe with Liam here to celebrate. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah. Is there any fat jokes you want to hurl at Liam?
You sound really happy.
No, if Liam was worth my time, maybe. But listen, it's nice that I can bring out. Look how hurt he is and how much shit he wants to try to sling at me. If I can bring emotion out of people, emotionless losers like Liam, if I can get that emotion out of him, then I'm doing something right. So God bless.
All right, Stevie Lou, thank you so much for taking the call. Best of luck for the rest of the year.
That about
You're
sums
good, man,
up,
Carlos. Thank you, buddy. I love you, pal.
Love you
See you
too.
later.
That about sums up why Stevie Lou won.
I mean, what could be more appropriate than bringing nothing to his acceptance speech?
All right. So here is the breakdown.
Oh my God, I got more votes on this. No, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Of that vote there. Yeah, Stevie Lou got 25.6% of the vote. Then we got Felicia. No, wait. Who's I don't even know. Oh, Chad got 7. So Chad got second here. I didn't even think of that. You got me in there with a couple of votes.
May I make a point here? I think
Yes.
that I am the furthest discrepancy from best to the highest best to lowest worst.
Explain that because I'm an idiot.
So in best, I was best coast. I think I was fourth after Liam.
I'll say yes.
And then for worst, I'm not even in the top 8.
Oh, okay. So you're like, you're trying to what?
I think that's the.
You're trying to muscle in on Chad Zumock?
No. I think the character I'm trying to kind of the lane I'm trying to sit in is just being positive and not being confrontational and informational more than anything else.
Yeah, I love you, Sorcerer. I don't care what Liam says. All right, let's go on.
I say he doesn't love you. That's all I say.
I just said I love Stevie Lou. Biggest fall from 2023. So this is somebody who might have had something going on and then just dropped off the face of the planet.
Can I read this one?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, biggest fall from 2023. Aaron Imholt, the Shuli Network. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Iso Do, the former Shuli Network producer, scheduled to be sentenced next month for possession from 6,000 images of CP.
I'm cheering the sentencing, not the actual crime. All right, so here we go. Winner, Iso Do. Clearly, right? That's the Dabbleverse conscience speaking there. He had the biggest fall off from 2023. Technically, it was probably from 2022. What I want to ask you, Sorcerer, I have an image right on the screen right now. That's from DabbleCon 1. You see going from where Iso is. What is that? My right? I don't know what that is. You got Shuli in the middle. You got Kumia's girlfriend. Then you got Count Kumia himself. And then we have Chrissy Mayer. How would you describe the way she's looking at Iso Do?
Well, first off, who knows if she's looking at Iso Do or not? Certainly she's looking.
I'm saying, look at the picture. She's looking right at him.
Well, but there could be some, in Saturday, she could be looking past him. It certainly looks like she's looking at him here. But
arms crossed.
I can't see arms. There's not much here to, and again, I wouldn't comment on specific people. That's kind of against my modus operandi psychiatrically.
Gotcha. Liam, do you think she knew that Iso was maybe she just sensed something? Maybe the motherly side of her knew that, hey, this guy's a fucking creep.
I got to say, it looks like she's looking at Shuli to me.
Oh, so you're insulting Shuli. I did this. I don't even know what this was. We had Iso Do. Hey, Brian, can you take the 12 down, biggest fall from 2023? I think he got, 26% of the vote? Yeah, Iso Do, 26% of the vote. Aaron got 22.7% of the vote. Shuli Network got 18.2%. So that backs up what one of the guys said earlier, who was that? Chacha Melendez, that this is kind of an MLC-centric audience that voted. That's true up to a point. All right, moving on. Category number 13. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another big one. It's Best Clipper. Sorcerer, do you want to read the 3 nominees?
Absolutely.
I won't play any shit. I will just do it straight.
So the nominees for Best Clipper of 2024. Misery Loves Clips.
Last year's winner.
Doom.
And
My Lost Interest.
Best Clipper 2024. Doom. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
The guy who was just spamming your chat.
There it is.
With
he
Z's.
He won with Z's. Wait, I'm going to take it away from him. Doom, you piece of shit motherfucker. You won with 38.6% of the vote. My Lost Interest got 21.6%. Misery Loves Clips. I voted for Misery Loves Clips. I find him to be the most educational of the Clippers. While the other guys are sort of daily newspaper reporters, I'll say that Misery Loves Clips he's educating you. He'll take a subject and he'll teach you about it. He got 16% of the vote. So, but congratulations to Doom. I mean, he just knocked it out of the park by clipping the cum-eating cuckold stuff. So Sorcerer, are the Clippers actually the most mentally deranged? I mean, other than the hosts, are the Clippers the people that sit around I'm not going to say they sit around all day. They compile a lot of data. They have to sit through this. They're affected by it. Is it tell me about their mental defects?
Well, here's what I would say is behaviors created through either the avoidance of negative feedback or the engagement with positive feedback, and a subset of that with randomly generated positive feedback. Nothing really happened unless it's clipped and up there the next day on one of these guys' channels. So many channels put them on Patreon or take them off after they've been live streamed. If it isn't on a Doom clip, it didn't happen the day before. And I think that there's so many people that watch these channels, and the numbers are staggering. Misery Loves Clips, 100,000 views in the last 30 days, up 110%. Doom, 107,000 views in the last 30 days, up 10%. And My Lost Interest, 82,000 views, up 69% over the last 30 days. So you can do very well from a logistics, views, getting people to see your clips, doing that kind of work. And that makes sense that it would encourage the type of behavior required to accomplish these feats, watching all these shows and clipping all these shows, sometimes before they're taken down. It's remarkable.
Haka. So you're saying that Misery Loves Clips actually has the biggest percent increase of the last 30 days? Is that what you said? 69%? Wow.
So Misery Loves Clips was up 113%. But
Holy shit.
Doom's been on this, and also he's got 6.2 thousand subscribers, whereas Doom's got 4.1 and My Lost Interest 3.3. So Doom's been at a steady state, but has a ton of views. Misery Love Clips, if you remember, he was kind of gone there for the summer, maybe some of the spring. He's been coming back with a vengeance over the last.
I think he put a lot of his stuff on Twitter, and he's also doing a lot of Aaron and that whole other part. Non-Dabbleverse related, that's where I go to for that kind of shit. So,
all
right, you want to move?
Misery Loves Clips was actually blocked by Kevin for a long time,
which that's
gangsta. It's just interesting that Misery Loves Clips is basically almost the official fan channel of Misery Loves Company. But right. I'm imagining just a pale, sunken-eyed man walking through a Travis Bickle type, sparsely furnished crazy person apartment, putting a trophy on a window and saying it's all worth it. It's all worth it.
And what I'm telling you is actually quite the opposite. There's so much reward here that comes so often that this type of behavior is going to continue to grow because we all watch the clips.
There we go. All right, let's move on because let's move on. I don't want all. Is he still doing Z's? Don't read the free chat like Ray says. I had a panic attack earlier. Doc, the first time in my life I had a panic attack because I had such fucking tuna town all over my ass on Twitter, and I'm pretty sure I had a panic attack or I was detoxing from last night's beer. All right, here are the nominees for Best Small Show. This is category 14. Thank you very much, Brian. The nominees are OJ.
Wait. Before you start, let me just ask, what's your definition of a small show?
I judged it by when the live stream's over, they have between 1,000 and 2,000 views. Maybe
okay.
That's ballpark.
Okay.
Nominees are OJ in the Morning, The Ray DeVito Show, and Potato Soup.
See what you did there.
The winner, 21% of the vote, Potato Soup. Congratulations, Cardiff. He sent another acceptance speech that I have to dig out if you give me 1 second. Goddamn
Okay.
Cardiff. That's his second award tonight. Goes to show the whole MLC-centric stuff where actually there's a battle of two camps taking place, or that took place in the votes. There was MLC versus Cardiff. I'll talk about that more later, but I haven't even watched this. Here's what he sent.
Hello, my name is Cardiff. Hello, my name is Cardiff. Go fuck yourself, roll calls. Hello.
Right, no, we're not doing another. We did that 5-minute one at the beginning there. And I want to thank the Sorcerer for making these Cardiff videos. I really appreciate it. It's top-notch shit. All right, so.
By the way, I got to say, nobody's dominating this year. Like, I thought maybe the Chad Zumock win earlier would pour over into this category. But, I mean, other than Cardiff winning those two categories, has really been a very diverse, winning pool.
Yeah, so it's not goddamn rigged, and I just hit puberty.
There's one thing I'd use.
Go ahead.
There's one word I'd use to describe the Dabbleverse in general. It would be diversity.
Oh wait, do we have a pie chart for this? On my notes I say pie chart, but wait, hold on. But I don't see a goddamn pie chart. So that's too bad.
It's just a chart of pies you want to eat later, Carlos.
He beat. I
picked up a pen.
Good job. Right. Cardiff beat OJ in the Morning by 1 percentage point. Cardiff got 21% of the vote. OJ got 20. And here's the thing. Cardiff, God bless him, he did put the link out there on his Twitter, X, but to what end? He stabbed his friend in the back because OJ didn't even vote in this, and yet he's got kind of a brand new. It's not a brand new channel, but he's only recently gotten really picked up steam, teaming up with Levy. So I don't know how Cardiff can sleep at night, but that's not for me to say. The Chad Zumock Dr. Chow collaboration, Ray DeVito, got 15% of the vote. So we're really closing in on the final categories because right now we're going to do the worst show in the Hackverse. Liam, do you want to read the nominees?
I do. And again, I want to congratulate these 3 nominees for working hard to win this category. I literally can't think of 3 shows that deserve this more.
Jesus. Here we go. Worst shows.
Gratcast with Gino Bisconte, the Stuttering John podcast, and Steel Toe Morning Show, and Potato Soup.
Potato Soup I just threw in there. You know how many times he's called me fat over the past 3 years? All right, wait, we got to do the winner. And the winner.
As many times as everyone else in the chat?
I don't know what you mean. The winner, worst show in the Hackverse, Dabbleverse, Shitverse, Gutterverse. Gino Bisconte's Gratcast. Yes.
Congratulations.
There she is.
That never gets old.
Miss America.
To my reaction, this one threw me for a loop because I just think I threw that show in there. I did not think it would place, considering it's not even Dabbleverse. I don't even know if Gino's part of the Hackverse, but I can answer on behalf of Gino. He'll like getting this award because he'll say the Dabbleverse is a bunch of, look at us. He'll say it's me and Liam guys, and he doesn't want us as fans, and go fuck yourself. You're all criminals like ESO and all that good stuff. So maybe it's a win for Gino. But you hate the show, Liam, you're saying?
I'm saying all 3 shows have worked really hard this year to be as dull as humanly possible. And I'm saying Aaron...
Like this, Doom!
Aaron, behind the scenes, is the most interesting show on Earth. And yet he brings none of that to the Steel Toe Morning Show. But yeah, I think Gino... and again, Gino getting fired in the rudest possible way should have made for... Howard Stern took that and turned it into the most must-listen radio. So he's been handed a lot this year to turn into gold. Just didn't happen.
And there is the breakdown, ladies and gents, the Gratcast of 22.7% of the vote. You see Steel Toe with 18.8, tied with Stuttering John. And then rock bottom with Ray DeVito, 15.3% of the vote. And you see Catalano. Now Joey C was really pissed at me, and whatever. He has a right to be, that he was nominated. I nominated him for worst show. But I think Joey C, if you look, last year Joey C won Newcomer of the Year in the Dabbleverse Hackverse. So this year your medal was tested in terms of being nominated for best show. And look, you did fine, Joey C. You beat out Steel Toe. You beat out Rock Bottom. You beat out Gino. You beat out your rival, Stuttering John. So look at it that way, Joey C. And stop doxing me. All right. So the Sorcerer will be happy to hear.
Well, I'd like to make one suggestion. Can we get to some super chats?
Oh, yeah. Super chats. Before we end, I apologize. Go ahead, Mr. Spears.
No, I say that and I can't show them.
I got dry mouth anyway.
The legend for $4.99. It's the same legend. The phone chatting is a jigsaw puzzle.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thanks for the $4.99 legend.
I like jigsaw puzzlies. BYB podcast. Sorcerer for, quote, too normal for this nonsense, end quote.
He gets me.
Hashtag all right, we don't need to read that.
FLM. Yeah, Brian, you can let him read it. Let's sit. Liam's a comedian, right? He's got to let it fester for half a second.
I have to say that whether it's the soy sauce hair or the making fun of my weight or not or shaving or shouldn't shave, I'm taking all of my styling cues from the Dabbleverse. It's the only opinion I have on what I should look like.
Meanwhile,
well, don't ever look at these guys' real Twitter profiles.
I was going to wear a hat today. I'll show you the hat. And I was like, there's no way this is going to go well, but this is going to be the hat. Yeah. You guys are big hat guys.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Some kind of golfing thing? Or is it?
It's a TPC Sawgrass.
Coward.
In Jacksonville. Yes. I was like, absolutely not. There's no way.
We got Todd Lurcock for $1.99. First time, last time. 3-0 fat guy is a bore. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lurcock.
First time, last time.
Thanks for the $2.
It just comes out of nowhere. Who else we got, Bri? Is that it? Are we caught up? Or are you dead?
Dang
Lizard. Sorry, go ahead.
€2. Huge fan of both Chad and KB eating on MLC.
We got some audio files. They don't like that. I find it funny. The legend for $1.99. Major League Baseball has nothing on this. Thanks again. Look at that. Made a new friend. Thank you, the legend. Fuck Liam. Somebody else.
Liam, or Dang Lizard. Gotta agree with Liam. While Felicia is a naturally boring and terrible co-host, Stevie Lou has worked hard on building that active base of hater.
Dang Lizard. I should have invited him and had him off cam.
Beloved chatter, $2. Stevie planned an acceptance speech for the worst. He really did. He really knew he was going to win that one.
I did. It didn't come across that way to me.
Properly labeled. Soycer, did you create any rubrics for this? Yes. Yes. The pages of it. 12 font, single spaced, 4 pages of it.
Thank you for that.
And we could get to some of that a little bit later.
We're going to have a whole other hour we can kill.
First, we have to talk about cum eating. New Jersey Ranger, $2. Hey, what's that sweatshirt Shitwaya is wearing?
Oh, and the picture with the.
Hold on, I don't know. Was that a doctor? Oh! It was. Where is it? I can't find it now. What category was that? It was a steel toe sweatshirt because I remember I was there. In the back of his car. Sorry, I can't find it. But thank you. Yeah, it was a steel toe sweatshirt. Because remember, steel toe was supposed to show up at DabbleCon 1 and then suddenly didn't show. I wonder what he had going on. All right, Teddy for $1.99. DeVito was on fire. Wait, what was that? Was on fire 23. Chad 24 took over. Oh, DeVito was on fire in 2023. Chad in 2024 took over. Thank you, Teddy. Sorry, I butchered your super chat.
I will say there's a difference between Ray last year and this year, and it's just about taking those gummies and with the alcohol on air. It really has slowed him down and taken him down a notch as an MLC co-host.
I'm going to be positive and say that Ray, he's doing what he's doing. He does want out of the negativity, and that's why he's having those boring comedians on. Dang lizard, Cardiff sleeps just like Carlos Danger with a CPAP machine. Hello. All right, we are all caught up. We have one final category to go. It is the best show in the Hackverse, ladies and gentlemen. The best show in the Hackverse. The three
Carlos,
finalists.
I think you should read these finalists. So that's only right.
Yeah.
Thank you. The nominees are Misery Loves Company, Tukey Soup, and Nobody Likes Onions.
Give us some timpani, dude. Come on.
I got to look for something, and then that's why I was starting to ask the question. But you interrupted me. Do you guys have, while I look for this, do you guys have any predictions? The three shows again are Misery Loves Company, Tukey Soup, of course with Tukey, OJ, and Ralph, or Nobody Likes Onions. Those were the three top vote getters. Who's making a prediction? Liam, who won?
Well, as a fan of MLC, I would love to watch Kevin's show tomorrow if Nobody Loves Onions won. But I'm going to say, considering this is an MLC-centric award show, I'm thinking
allegedly.
MLC will take it away.
Yeah, I would say knowing that you are manipulating the outcomes of all of these categories, and being an MLC fan, I'd imagine it's going to be Misery Loves Company with Kevin Brennan.
Carlos, it is your boy Jake Hudson. I have done more in the Hackverse and the Dabbleverse than a lot of these newbies. Why is it I'm not being part of it?
Best show 2024.
I'm embarrassed to be here. Don't watch it. Send him a link. You send him your fucking link, you fucking hacks. I'm like a cop who's like has to go into these disgusting situations.
Oh, Jesus. No. No fighting. Shut the door. Close all airtight doors. Close the air. No. Close all airtight doors.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Misery Loves Company. You people voted Misery Loves Company the best show of 2024. Misery Loves Company received 34.4% of the vote. Tukey Soup came in second place with 21.6% of the vote. Congratulations to the gang over there. Nobody Likes Onions got third place with 15.6% of the vote. And then to quickly run down some of the others, fourth place was Who Are These Podcasts? That got 14.5%. Fifth place was The Uncle Rico Show with 7.7% of the vote. So looks like they came in, Uncle Rico came in last of the most popular shows. In terms of real numbers, Uncle Rico got 27 votes, WATP 51, NLO 55, Tukey 76, MLC 121. What else? After that, Potato Soup got 5 write-in votes. Kumia Cucks got 3 write-in votes. Everything else was in single votes. I don't even remember writing any of this, including someone who voted for anything with Mr. Kill Everything. That guy is platinum. So obviously not a surprise to you guys, but I will say, because there was this, all right, is this MLC centric? Yes, when you took the poll, the first thing you saw was that, yes, I'm only watching MLCs. That's where the categories were definitely skewed towards MLC stuff. And some people in Dabblers were like, hey, you left out this, you left out that. But the only show that promoted this broadcast was Bedabbling Live on a Saturday morning, where I took out a super chat through the AI system and promoted it that way. And then Bedabbler and OJ and Cardiff, ridiculed my choices, pointed out my spelling mistakes. So it was exposed to the Dabbleverse through them. I think that's is that the biggest show? Yeah, according to this, that's the biggest show in the strict Dabbleverse side of things. And then, like I said, really the only person that I was aware of that retweeted this while voting was open was Cardiff Electric. So that's why you've seen, I think, this diversity of vote, while you had Cardiff take 2 awards tonight and MLC getting the big one. So I guess I'm trying to argue that MLC, I stacked the cards, the decks, whatever that phrase is, against him, and he still won. So all I can say at the end of the day, and maybe we'll conclude on this, is Brennan is the king. Don't dox me. Go ahead, Sorcerer.
I don't think we'll conclude. Just MLC, you can watch. I listen to it every day. It's either on in my car when I'm driving home from work, or it's on in my headphones while I'm doing work around the house. He was unbelievably, I don't even know why he would ever do it, but asked me to be on, or was okay with me being on. And you probably don't know this, kind of just watching. He's very protective of guests, even when he's in conflict with them. He's never threatening to dox anyone. He's never stepping on people or calling them out unless that's the bit and that's the conflict. He's very deliberate about how he's doing his interactions, and he's entertaining even when he's by himself. It's every different type of show. It's always something, and it's always at the same time ish, and it's become a part of my weekly routine, even if I don't end up going back on ever again.
That fucking boat.
Look, you make one small error and exaggerate a number, and your subconscious comes out for a minute, and I apologize for that occurring. But either way, I am still going to watch this guy every single day because it's just very good, and it's free, and it's like radio. It's like having radio again. It's unbelievable.
That is true.
And I'll also add, the Dabbleverse is pretty much falling apart as a podcast world.
Really?
It really is.
Serious. I disagree, but
I'm not kidding. It's the Dabbleverse as a thing. Stuttering John was kind of the center of it, and it's just kind of like the less interest there is in Stuttering John, the more that
I'm going to interrupt real quick. We have a special caller. This could be a spoof call. Sir, you're on the air.
It's a spoof.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Brennan.
Hey,
congrats, Kevin.
Kevin, you won Best Show of the Year.
Yeah, I was watching Uncle Rico, and Leo Gunn told me I won.
Come on!
Can't believe I won a MLC-centric voting contest.
Yeah, but I stacked it against you. I had Cardiff and Bedabbler share it, and not you, and you still won.
Damn!
Hey, are you gonna have the Sorcerer on, or are you too sick of his blue blood shit?
What do you mean? Yeah, I'm gonna have everybody on. I'm trying to get Levy on. I'm trying to get I need help. I asked the Sorcerer of Levy's if they're doing a work or not.
Well,
I think all it is, just like you said the other day, the only good response is just give it time. Works, you can't keep works on forever. You just sit back and give it time. It all kind of comes to fruition.
I think it's a work.
Liam, I also disagree with Liam. Liam saying that Ray, Ray's not as good as he was because of the gummies, and Ray's best when he's drunk and on gummies. That's just fact.
Ray's got a really 20-minute sweet spot when he's drunk and on gummies, and he's the best. And then it starts to veer off.
It's like fantastic because you can say anything, and he just giggles like a girl.
Then you reach a point where anything you say triggers him remembering a song he once heard, and he has to sing
and then the super chats. The more stupid he is, the more the super chats roll in.
How has your life changed?
The dumber he gets, the more money I make. So it's like that's why I keep encouraging. I'm like, yeah, Ray, take edibles, take it all.
How has your life
And then
changed since you met him?
Have someone deliver pizza to his hotel. It's all a win.
He is. I'm going to ball wash Kevin. I would have voted him, Ray DeVito, the Hackverse MVP, because love him or hate him, the shit revolves around him, and he is entertaining.
Yeah.
Although now Franklin Sheckler's going to fuck. I shouldn't have said that. Now I'm scared.
Oh yeah, and another. You listen, Chad is great, but I mean, even the fact when Ray's on, and the Bob with Cupcake sends super chat, and Ray has to drop off. Like, you couldn't teach a guy to be this fucking stupid. Like, he can't be on screen for his super chat. His lawyer told him jump off the screen. I mean, you can't even create people this stupid and this ridiculous.
Right.
Dude, no argument from us here.
I think we can all agree on one thing.
Thank you very much. It was like a Saturday on Sunday. It was fantastic.
All right, you didn't spam our chat with Z's, did you? That wasn't you.
No, that was Doom.
Fucking A, Doom. All right.
All right, good job, guys.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Have a good night, Kevin.
All right, that was Kevin Brennan with the surprise acceptance speech right there. And I had interrupted you, Liam, but I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna say, like, in terms of day-to-day, like, following storylines and having compelling content, it's become MLC all the way. And ancillary shows like Ray DeVito and Chad Zumock, like, kind of like it's taking the place that WATP had in this world for a long time.
Although also, I would say WATP, smaller frequency, you get the 2 or 3, and they're planned, and the material's interesting. I remember when I first ran into them at the very beginning, like their 5th or 6th episode, it was literally like finding new podcasts and
right.
they were joking about, and that's how I used them for like months. But I think it's the increased frequency, and that it's all, hey, we're turning on the microphones and making something out of the day. It's just a different. It reminds me of radio when I was a kid.
I tried to ask Kevin Brennan how his life has changed since he met Ray DeVito. I don't know what the fuck that was about, but my 2 cents. I think. Oh wait, is he still on the line? What the hell was that?
No,
that's
me.
Fierce.
I'm trying. I'm
Jesus
the
Christ, I
voice.
shit my pants.
I just want to say MLC deserves the win simply because it's a funny show. Forget the works, forget the storylines, forget all of this. It's pound for pound the funniest show in whatever this verse is.
We are ball washing, but I will offer a counter argument just because I feel compelled to do so.
Ball washing? You threw a whole award show to give him an award. I mean,
right? It was
great. We know.
Yeah, you told me you weren't even going to do this like this year, and then it was, I guess I'm doing it. So.
It was Sam V would harass me every day in the chat. I was like, all right, I guess people want to see.
Carlos did what he had to do to get back on MLC, and it worked.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you, Ray DeVito. MLC, to me, it's become a true cult show. As Kevin has just like killed some of these fan bases and he's alienated people and at war with everybody. To me, it's a true cult comedy show. The other thing I'll say is that you can't deny that there's an audience still out there for Stuttering John, but Steel Toe. I mean, Steel Toe is obviously the thing of the moment, but I also respect that Kevin doesn't just run after it like we saw kind of the Shuli Network do the other night to just kind of,
I will say
I've been on the Steel Toe cum eating cuckold stuff.
I will also say, since we are washing Kevin's balls tonight.
Oh, shit.
I've been on a bunch of podcasts. A couple of them I've gotten angry at someone the way I got angry at Ray this year. And the host just moved it along. They were like, okay, you can talk about that after. And then, like, we had to have a talk about it. Like, Kevin's instincts are to just, keep going and keep bringing it up and keep keep the show going. No, it's more like, hey, this thing came up. Let's not let it drop. And that's like instinct for good radio.
All right. I got nothing else to say. Sorcerer, is there anything you wanted to say in closing? Oh, wait. No. Oh, we got. All right. Darth Nugs, $5. The quote most accurate description in history, unquote, award goes to Franklin Sheckler for referring to Carlos as a sentient pile of laundry. I agree. That. Well, I remember there was somebody other than Franklin who called me a pile of laundry, and it really pissed me off on Ray's show back when there were 12 viewers. Maybe that was Franklin in an alt account back in the day. But yeah, I explained that to I won't even say who, like a town controller and a mayor. I was like, oh yeah, they call me the sentient pile of laundry, and it's fucking. They laugh their asses off. So thank you, Darth Nugs, and for Franklin Sheckler for being a good writer.
Matt Malley, Sorcerer's contribution has been like the Oscars giving PricewaterhouseCoopers 30 minutes to talk about accounting. KB will never get on an elevator with Liam and Carlos.
I will test that out.
Matt Malley going for 2025 Chatter of the Year right there.
That was good. Yeah. And Rapey Ray, just going way back to that, I will say that Rapey Ray, it was like right after Beloved Chatter was named or voted Chatter of the Year in 2023. That's when the upswing was almost immediate. So it was something of beauty. If I watch sports, I would compare it to like a way someone swings a bat. But all right, that's it. That's all we got. Thanks everybody for watching. Tukey Soup, I think it is, or Be Dabbling Live. I'm told they tweeted they're doing an after show at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I won't be watching because I have thin skin despite my bulk. It'll just hurt my feelings. But one last word from Ray DeVito.
But I know I'm funnier than Chad. I'm funny, right? I'm funny.
Always picking on Chad. All right, what, Sorcerer?
I was just going to say this actual show is much better than last year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be interpreted in a million ways, but thank you so much. All right, that's it.
I guess I'll go fuck myself, I guess. I don't know.
No, thank you both for coming on and et cetera, et cetera. I really appreciate it. You guys bailed me out, obviously. I love you guys.
I just want to say I'm actually pretty new to being on these shows. I've been watching for a while, but it's like it's only this year, that actually WATP brought me into the fold, and people have been very nice. Even if they hate me now, they've been very nice about inviting me onto their shows. And I really actually genuinely, even the people in the chat who don't like me, I love sometimes just sitting, listening to a show and reading the chat as I do all this fucking work I have to do. And it's an amazing community. So thank you all so much.
Sounded like a gunshot. That was someone just boom listening to me.
I was going to say, this is probably the dumbest thing that I could possibly do for my career. And I'm sure the consequences of these decisions will haunt me for decades. But for now, I absolutely love coming on and something. It's too much fun. I just love this place too much.
I agree 100%. You think I would have a list of all the winners? I do, but I can't upload it. It's not uploaded.
Well, congratulations.
I'll put it on Twitter.
Congratulations to Franklin Sheckler, to Vince the Lawyer. To Cardiff Electric, Rob Saul.
No. I'll put it up afterward.
Iso congrats on all the work you did this year to be a winner.
You'll see it in the outro I'm about to do. This is a 2-minute outro. If you guys want to stick around, you can, or call it a day. That's whatever. Thank you both for coming on. God bless America.